The movie begins with a fierce battle on the planet Cybertron between the Autobots and Decepticons. Optimus Prime and B-127 fight together until Optimus sends B-127 on a mission to Earth. B-127 successfully escapes as the Decepticons attempt to destroy the launch pad.
The Capitol!
Too many of them! We must find refuge first.
Meanwhile, in 1987, in the town of Brighton Falls, California, we meet Charlie Watson, who is struggling with the loss of her father and her feelings towards her stepfather Ron. Charlie works at a carnival where she is pursued by Memo, a coworker who has a crush on her. At home, Charlie tries to fix a car she was working on with her father but feels discouraged. On another front, Sector 7 agents engage in a training exercise when B-127 crash lands on Earth. The agents, led by Agent Jack Burns, chase after B-127 and corner him. However, their confrontation is interrupted by the arrival of the Decepticon Blitzwing, who demands information about Optimus and the Autobots. B-127 refuses to talk and manages to defeat Blitzwing before shutting down. In his last moments, he scans a Volkswagen Beetle before going offline.
Tell me where your friends are hiding. You are a traitor to Cybertron.
At Uncle Hank's garage, Charlie becomes fixated on a yellow Beetle and asks for it as a birthday gift. Uncle Hank initially refuses, but Charlie strikes a deal to work at the garage for a year in exchange for the car. With the Beetle now hers, Charlie drives it home and discovers B-127's face hidden within it. Startled, B-127 transforms into his Autobot form. Charlie assures him she won't harm him, and they establish a bond. She renames him Bumblebee due to the buzzing sound he makes. However, activating Bumblebee sends a signal across the galaxy, alerting the Decepticons Shatter and Dropkick. These Decepticons interrogate and eliminate Autobot Cliffjumper, then set their sights on Earth after detecting Bumblebee's signal. In a separate location, a couple named Roy and Amber witness the Decepticons' arrival and are targeted by them. Dropkick kills Roy, and Shatter and Dropkick proceed with their mission. The next morning, Charlie discovers that Bumblebee is missing from the garage. Panicking, she asks her brother if someone took the car, and he reveals that their mom, Sally, took it to take their dog to the vet. Determined to find Bumblebee, Charlie hops on her bike and pursues her mom. Bumblebee extends his arm, and Charlie commands him to stop. She successfully intercepts Sally and comes up with an excuse to take the car. Meanwhile, at Sector 7 HQ, Agent Simmons delivers new energy readings to Burns. Burns, accompanied by other agents and Dr. Powell, heads to a location where they encounter Shatter and Dropkick. The Decepticons claim that Bumblebee is a fugitive and must be captured. Despite Burns' reservations, the agents reluctantly agree to assist the Decepticons in tracking down Bumblebee. Charlie takes Bumblebee to the beach and explains to him the importance of maintaining his disguise around other people. They venture into the woods, where Charlie unintentionally activates a message from Optimus Prime. The message reminds Bumblebee of his mission to bring the Autobots to Earth and the ongoing war on Cybertron. This triggers a flashback of Bumblebee witnessing Optimus Prime battling against Shockwave, Soundwave, and Ravage. Later, Charlie brings Bumblebee home to help him communicate using a radio. She tries playing different tapes, but Bumblebee rejects them. Meanwhile, Memo attempts to approach Charlie's house to talk to her, but he witnesses Bumblebee in his Autobot form and sees him transform into a car. Charlie calms Memo down and makes him promise to keep their secret between them. Meanwhile, the Sector 7 agents collaborate with Shatter and Dropkick, granting them access to their advanced technology and establishing a network of information. Although Burns harbors suspicions about the Decepticons, his commanding officer grants him autonomy in dealing with the bots once Bumblebee is captured. As Charlie works on the other car, Bumblebee watches The Breakfast Club and finds amusement in the famous fist pump shot. He reaches for another tape, but mistakenly grabs one labeled Charlie's Dive Meat. Charlie becomes upset and turns it off, revealing that it was the last recording of her father, who died unexpectedly of a heart attack. She expresses her frustration at not being able to say goodbye and shares her hope that fixing the car will somehow preserve a part of him. However, Charlie struggles with the repairs and feels helpless. Overwhelmed with emotion, she breaks down, and Bumblebee comforts her in her moment of vulnerability. Later, Charlie is joined by Memo and Bumblebee as they spend the day together. They visit a cliffside where Charlie's classmates are hanging out. One of the guys recognizes Charlie as a diver and challenges her to jump off the cliff into the water. However, Charlie backs out, unable to overcome the memories of her father who used to dive with her. Tina, one of the popular girls, taunts Charlie about her father, igniting a desire for revenge. That night, Charlie, Memo, and Bumblebee decide to play a prank on Tina. They toilet paper her house, but Bumblebee's enthusiasm leads to throwing all the rolls over the house instead. They then proceed to throw eggs at Tina's car, and Bumblebee goes overboard, completely wrecking the vehicle. Charlie and Memo quickly get inside Bumblebee, and they drive away before Tina discovers the destruction. During Charlie's work shift, Bumblebee follows the family dog Conan and ends up inside the house, causing chaos and eventually sticking his finger into an electrical socket, causing a power surge that blows up the transformers outside. This incident emits an energon signal that is detected by Shatter and Dropkick, alerting the Sector 7 agents to Bumblebee's location. Memo witnesses the chaos and calls Charlie, urging her to come home. Charlie returns and is shocked by the mess created by Bumblebee. She scolds him, inadvertently scaring him away. When Sally arrives home and sees the state of the house, she blames Charlie for acting out. In their argument, Charlie expresses her struggle to find happiness and move on from her father's death, contrasting it with Sally's ability to move forward. Charlie leaves to search for Bumblebee, leaving Otis to cover for her. However, they are discovered by the Sector 7 agents and a chase ensues. Despite Bumblebee's attempts to protect Charlie, they both get tossed and captured. Bumblebee is taken into Sector 7, prompting Charlie and Memo to embark on a mission to rescue him. Inside Sector 7, Shatter and Dropkick analyze Bumblebee's body and discover the message from Optimus about the Autobots coming to Earth. Realizing the opportunity to bring more Decepticons to the planet, they plan to contact their allies for a grand attack on both Autobots and humans. Dr. Powell overhears their plan and tries to warn Burns, but he is swiftly eliminated by Dropkick. Meanwhile, Charlie and Memo manage to revive Bumblebee using electrical cables, and he regains his memories. They venture outside, only to be confronted by the Sector 7 agents. Burns orders his team to restrain Bumblebee, but when Charlie's life is endangered, Bumblebee unleashes his full power and fights back, severely injuring the agents.
That is enough!
However, Charlie appeals to his true nature, reminding him that he is not a killer. Bumblebee relents and takes Charlie with him to stop the Decepticons, while Memo stays behind. Otis is compelled to reveal Charlie's location to Sally, prompting her and Ron to chase after Charlie. They find themselves in a high-speed pursuit alongside Bumblebee and Charlie, with more agents on their tail. Bumblebee and Charlie manage to escape, while Ron narrowly avoids a collision and experiences a close call with other vehicles. Otis, on the other hand, finds the adrenaline-filled experience both thrilling and nauseating, resulting in him vomiting. Shatter and Dropkick prepare to activate a device on a tower to send a signal to the Decepticons. Charlie climbs the tower to disable the device while Bumblebee fights Dropkick. Despite Dropkick's powerful weaponry, Bumblebee manages to wrap a chain around him and tear him apart. Shatter then targets Charlie, but Bumblebee comes to her rescue. In the midst of the chaos, Burns attempts to fly in on his jet but is attacked by Shatter. Bumblebee saves Burns by catching his jet before it crashes. Bumblebee continues his battle with Shatter while Charlie successfully removes the device from the tower. As Shatter gains the upper hand, Bumblebee fires a blast that breaks a dam. He holds onto Shatter as a ship crashes into them, destroying Shatter and sending Bumblebee into the water. Charlie dives in and saves him. Burns arrives and allows them to leave, now having gained respect for Bumblebee. Charlie brings Bumblebee to a location just outside San Francisco to bid him farewell. She understands that his fellow Autobots need him, just as she has people in San Francisco who need her. Tearfully, she says goodbye to Bumblebee, and he hugs her in return. Bumblebee then scans a Camaro and takes on that form before he departs. Charlie returns home, where a crowd has gathered due to the recent events. She reunites with her family, embracing her mother Sally and expressing gratitude to Otis for informing their parents of her whereabouts. She also shows respect to Ron. Memo approaches her and attempts to hold her hand, but she tells him they're not there yet. On Earth, Optimus Prime meets Bumblebee and learns his new name as they await the arrival of the other Autobots. Meanwhile, Charlie successfully fixes up her father's car and takes it for a ride, symbolizing her ability to move forward and find happiness. And the movie finally ended. We appreciate you joining us for this movie summary. We hope it was informative and helped you grasp the storyline. If you found this video enjoyable, please show your support by giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment to share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating movie recaps and exciting content. Your feedback fuels our motivation to create more high-quality videos like this one. Thank you once again, and we look forward to bringing you more exciting recaps in the future.